The Virtues of Sid Hamet, won the Magician's Rod 17,102 by Jonathan Swift. The rod was but a harmless wand, while Moses held it in his hand, but soon as ere he laid it down 'twas a devouring serpent grown. Our great magician Hamet Sid reverses what the prophet did. His rod was honest English wood that senseless in a corner stood, till metamorphosed by his grasp it grew an all-devouring asp, would hiss and sting, and roll and twist. By the mere virtue of his fist, but when he laid it down as quick resumedy the figure of a stick. So to her midnight feasts the hag rides on a broomstick for a nag that rayest by magic of her breach o'er sea and land conveys the witch. But with the morning dawn resumes the peaceful state of common brooms. They tell us something strange and odd about a certain magic rod 3, that bending down its top divines, whene'er the soil has golden mines, where there are none it stands erect scorning, to show the least respect, as ready was the wand of Sid to bend, where golden mines were hid in Scottish hills found precious or for, where none ear looked for it before, and by a gentle bow divine how well a cullie's purse was lined to a forlorn and broken rake, stood without motion like a stake. The rod of Hermes 5 was renowned for charms above and underground to sleep, could mortal eyelids fix, and drive departed souls to Styx. That rod was a just type of Sid's, which o'er a British Senate's lids could scatter opium full as well, and drive as many souls to hell. Sid's rod was slender white, and tall, which oft he used to fish withal a place was fastened to the hook, and many score of gudgeons took yet still, so happy was his fate he caught his fish and salved his bait. Sid's brethren of the conjuring tribe, a circle with their rod describe, which proves a magical redoubt to keep mischievous spirits out. Sid's rod was of a larger stride, and made a circle thrice as wide where spirits thronged with hideous din, and he stood there to take them in, but when th'enchanted rod was broke they vanished in a stinking smoke. Achilles' scepter was of wood like Sid's, but nothing near so good though down from ancestors divine transmitted to the hero's line, thence thro' a long descent of kings, came an heirloom 6 as Homer sings. Though this description looks so big that scepter was a sapless twig which from the fatal day, when first it left the forest where 'twas nursed, as Homer tells us o'er, and o'er nor leaf, nor fruit nor blossom bore. Sid's scepter full of juice did shoot in golden boughs and golden fruit, and he the dragon never sleeping guarded each fair Hesperian pippin. No hobby horse with gorgeous top the dearest in Charles Mather's 7 shop or glittering tinsel of Mayfair could with this rod of Sid compare 8 dear Sid. Then, why wert thou so mad to break thy rod like naughty lad 9? You should have kissed it in your distress, and then returned it to your mistress, or made it a Newmarket switch and not a rod for thine own breach. But since old Sid has broken this, his next may be a rod and piss. Footnote 1 Sid Hamet Ben Ingley, the supposed inspirer of Cervantes. See Don Quixote, last chapter WEB. Footnote 2 When Swift came to London in 1710, about the time the ministry was changed, his reception from Lord Treasurer Godolphin was, as he wrote to Archbishop King Ninth, sept altogether different from what he ever received from any great man in his life, altogether short. Dry and morose to Stella, he writes that this coldness had enraged him, so that he was almost vowing revenge on the treasurer's enforced retirement. Swift's resentment took effect in the above lampoon, which was read at Harley's on the 15th October 1710, and ran prodigiously, but was not then suspected for Swift's Sea Journal to Stella Sept 9, and Oct 15 WEB. Footnote 3 The Virgula Divina said to be attracted by minerals Swift. Footnote 4 supposed to allude to the union Swift. Footnote 5 Mercury's caduceus, by which he could settle all disputes and differences, WEB. Footnote 6 Godolphin's favor arose from his connection with the family of Marlborough, by the marriage of his son, to the Duke's daughter Henrietta Churchill WEB. Footnote 7 An eminent toyman in Fleet Street, Scott. Footnote 8 The allusion is to Godolphin's name Sidney, and to his staff of office WEB. Footnote 9 A letter was sent him by the groom of the Queen's stables, to desire he would break his staff, which would be the easiest way both to her Majesty, and him, Mr. Smith, Chancellor of the Exchequer, happening to come in a little after my lord broke his staff, and flung the pieces in the chimney, desiring Mr. Smith to witness that he had obeyed the Queen's command swift to Archbishop King, Sept 9 1710 WEB. Footnote 10 Lord Godolphin is satirized by Pope, for a strong attachment to the turf, see his Moral Essays Epist I 815. Who would not praise Petridio's high desert his hand, unstained his uncorrupted heart. He thanks you not his pride is in Piquet Newmarket fame, and judgment at a bet.